What if our stories weren't just about the past, where we've come from and where we are now? But what if our stories contained the clues and insights that would help us understand who we're becoming and where we might go next? This is Lead with Story, a podcast from Forerunner Story Co., where we explore how our stories not only provide insights to who we are and where we are, but where we're going and who we might become. I'm your host, Mike Tiesinga, and this is Lead with Story. Welcome to another episode. In this episode, I am joined by the wonderful Tanya Hewitt-Smith. Tanya, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And today we're going to talk about, we're hear some of Tanya's story.
Okay.
And some of her, this is the unique project that you're just kind of getting started on. We met for coffee, you shared about it, and I'm excited for others to also hear about this. But before I build it up too much or spoil it for you, how about you just take a moment, introduce yourself however you would like, and lead us into this.
All right. My name is Tanya Hewitt-Smith, as you said earlier. I am a born and raised Kalamazoo native, and I am I like to call myself budding entrepreneur. And I started, it's in the Accent, which is an accent pillow / home decor business. It's very, I'm still raw. I'm still learning the ins and outs, how to even build that foundation. But I'm determined. In my head, I will be a brand. Don't ask me when that's going to happen. I'm claiming it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah, you have the vision for it.
I have the vision for it.
There's the goal in sight. The mountaintop is out there. And now you're wondering, how on earth do I get there?
Yeah, and what made you want to get there, but you're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into that. Tell me about the origin of this. Where did this start?
Oh, well, it's funny. The actual accent pillow business, the accent pillow part actually started with my husband and I about 3 years. We were 3 years in now to where we built this home. And of course we decorated it, and I'm one of these people that's like, I have something for so long, and I'm like, I don't want this, I'm over this look. I have these 2 chairs that's still currently in my living room, and I have 2 beautiful pillows there now. But I'm still I've been searching. I'm still on this quest of the perfect pillow. So it hit me probably back in September of 2024. I was like, you know what, Tanya? That pillow doesn't exist because you haven't made it. Okay. And that's where the accent pillow came about. Now, to be totally transparent, I have never used a sewing machine. Well, let me take it back. In high school, which we know that was a while ago, I did a home ec class.
Okay.
And it's funny because I reflect back that we had options to make something, and I made a pillow. And I remember it was purple. It was like a surfboard with these felt feet. And it didn't hit me until I ordered my current sewing machine. And I was like, you've made a pillow before. But so yeah, that's the only 2 times, high school and now, is when I've had a sewing machine in front of me, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to make one. And now the funny thing is I have yet to make that pillow because now I'm on the quest for the perfect fabric.
Yeah.
In my head, I have a vision of what I want it to be. But I haven't done it yet because I'm one of these people, like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. So
it's fascinating to me how you're on this quest to make this perfect pillow, and you probably hadn't ever given a second thought to that high school story. But suddenly you're in this moment, and that's what comes to mind.
That's what comes to mind. It sure was. It hit me this past fall. I was like, who knew that it would circle back to me some way, somehow?
And in high school, the project wasn't a pillow. It was just make something with a sewing machine.
Well, you had to choose. You could choose whatever, right? And I chose a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure did.
Do you still have that pillow somewhere?
In my mom's house. I'm sure.
Yeah.
She's still in the home that my parents raised us in. So something tells me it's in our attic somewhere, parents don't get rid of anything.
Yeah.
But I literally can see that pillow vivid to this day.
Yeah, someday when you have your own storefront and all that, you'll have to have the origins right there with the museum descriptor piece
with the spotlight.
Yeah, and just like this is where it began.
This is where it began.
There was a dark period.
Yeah, exactly.
Where nothing happened.
Black even.
Yeah, it's just nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening. Didn't even know this was going to happen.
Lying dormant for all those years.
Yep,
that's
exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So you realized, had this moment, well, it doesn't exist because I haven't made it yet.
It doesn't exist because I haven't made it yet.
But then you mentioned you hadn't sewn since high school. So tell me about that. What you just thought, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do this then?
Yeah, it's funny because, and I don't even consider, because in high school it's one of those like, let me get this grade, right? So you're like, let me get past that. No, but I am the descendant of an amazing seamstress. My grandmother was an amazing seamstress, and all the times I went to visit her in Arkansas every year, never one time did I say, "Hey, Grandma, teach me how to sew." Unfortunately, she's no longer with us. But to be honest with you, when I sit down, I do feel I channel her. I do. I feel her. I feel her presence. And some people may believe that, but I really do. I really do feel her presence when I'm doing it. And so, no, I have never sewn. And when I ordered the sewing machine, I had to go straight to, as we call it, YouTube University, even to learn how to thread it. And I did the project because normally I could order something and like, oh, I'll open that later on in the week. But when it came, I was like, I sat it down and I went to do something and I stopped and turned around. I was like, nope, open it right now. Because if not, you'll never get to it in the time that you want to. And open it up, like I said, pulled up YouTube, started reading the instructions, and ever since then, I've been fumbling through it. Now, I was fortunate enough to find a local fabric store. Well, it's a seam repair, fabric, and they teach basic sewing lessons. And I found that locally on Gold Road. Seams Fabric, shout out to Seams Fabric. And they taught me the basics. Yeah. And ever since then, I've been, like I said, am I a perfectionist? For the look, yeah, but I'm still green on the sewing. But I've been, I've had some customers so far, my family and friends, and I've been made myself proud.
Yeah, you're doing it, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I love that moment where you recognize in yourself, I could turn away, but if I walk away from this, I might not come back to it.
I might not come back to it. It'll just be another thing I've ordered, like a kid. You know how you get that toy and you think like you touch it one time and you never touch it at all. Yeah, I was like, nope, I'm doing this.
So this sort of entrepreneurial can-do, I'm going to do it myself. Is that would you say that's normative for you, or is there a bit of discovering something new about yourself?
Oh, it's most definitely new. Is it in the genes? My father was a hardworking man, and also was a property owner. So he had that entrepreneurial spirit. But that was not even his goal. It was towards the end of his, when he was phasing out of work into retirement is when he basically became more of a property owner. No, I've been employed with my current employer for 32 years. So entrepreneur was never my thing. I've always had the utmost respect for those who do that work, because I know you're the first in and the last out, right? If you want to have a successful business. So that never really, it was never my drive. But now that I'm here, I have the passion for it. I want it. I want the challenge. I want to see it to fruition. And yeah, so no, it was not, that was not, if I had to describe Tanya over more than a year ago, this would not be what the story I'll be telling you.
So tell me what Tanya was like a year ago.
Looking forward to her 4 more years to get to retirement.
Sure. Yeah.
And not knowing what that looked like when I come out.
Yeah.
But it's in the accent is what it's going to look like as I come out. So that was that was somewhat the premise of why I started it, because I want to start it now to where as I near retirement, I have something that I've birthed and nurtured and grown.
It doesn't need to hit right now.
It doesn't
You've
need
got
to. No,
time
it doesn't
to let
need to
it
hit
grow.
right now. Yeah.
Have it be a pot in your windowsill.
Yeah,
before
cultivate
we know
it. Yeah.
A whole garden of just pillows everywhere.
A whole garden, pillows everywhere.
Pillows everywhere.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm curious about is, okay, the entrepreneurial piece is new, right? You mentioned you've worked the same place for the last 30 some years. But I imagine there are pieces in there where some of these things came out, right? Tell me a little bit of just that journey in whatever detail you would like, of where you have the things that have shaped you, that have given you the confidence to say, okay, let's just go for it.
Okay. I do have a creative gene. I am the family's hairstylist, home interior decorator. You name it, I'm going to try it. I have that ambition to try it. I'm a hands-on, right? The DIY before the DIY was even popular, right? So that has always been in me. But to even consider it being a business for me, to be honest with you, that was a no. My sister, who lives in Atlanta, built her homes some years ago. And actually, from here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, I assisted helping find the location, find the builder, the developer, and I decorated her home from top to bottom. I will give her some credit. There's a few things that she did do that she picked out. But I remember when the home was finally done, totally furnished, she had a sign saying, it was like a wood, she had found it online. It was like a wooden, I don't know what to call it, like a little plaque kind of, but it was made out of wood. And it was like creative concept by Tanya Hewitt-Smith. And that was so sweet because I didn't see that coming. But till this very day, every time she comes into her home, anyone who comes into her home gives her major compliments on the decor, and she always lets them know that I did it. And even to this day, she still be like, well, now you're in your home, you forgot about mine. I was like, don't be a baby about it. And most recently, a girlfriend of mine, in the process of me starting in the accent, and that's what really catapulted me to really be like, let's do this. She trusted me to design her home. So I just finished my girlfriend's home back in September, October, to where she trusted me from her living room, kitchen, dining room, and she gave me total creative genius. She trusted me. And it's funny because she's one of these people that she's always had a certain mindset when it came to picking out furniture, but I peeled her fingers away and be like, trust this process, and she did, and she's very happy. In her words, her home, she feels like an adult.
That's a big step, right?
It is.
From
it is.
bare walls as a college student or wherever in your young 20s, first on your own, to like, let me put some art. How do I make this feel like me?
Yeah, have it make it feel like me. Let me come home. When I come through the door, I want to be proud of what I'm working for. If I got to work for it out there, I want to come home to reap the rewards when I come through that door.
Just making it. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but making the house a home, right?
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, it's really true.
The accent pillow piece it's kind of that final staple piece. I want to get to how you think through that, but tell me whatever you can share about just that creative process. Like when you're considering decorating a home for your sister or a friend, where are you beginning? Like how would you go about really helping what's inside of them come out and be represented?
What I normally start with, tell me all the colors and all the prints that you don't like, so we can get that out the way first. After that, I get it, and it's funny because if I know you, I kind of know your personality. You know, you could have some homeowners that are all glitz and glam, want 5-10 chandeliers in their home. And then you have some that are like boho chic, some that are like they're minimalist, but they still want to feel that, the clean lines. Like I said, I'm not a professional interior decorator, but I just know what I know. And certain things, I go to multiple stores and I'll see something that I think is beautiful, but it's not for me. But I know someone who this would fit for. So basically, I kind of get to know the person, the personality of the person. I've been fortunate enough to where I have right now has been family and friends, but I will most definitely take that show on the road as I expand, because like I said, but in the meantime, you will still see some of Tanya in that flow, because my husband even teases me just on the simplest things. I can lay something out if we're going out on a date or something, and he'll walk past, and he'll look like he probably think like he's called me Punky Brewster. He was like, because he doesn't know where I'm going with this, and then when I put it together, he's like, oh, okay, I see you, So some things that I'm not matchy, but you will find how they all accent each other, or
and it all works together.
It all works together.
It comes together.
Yeah, it comes together.
The thing that comes to mind is the difference between a cook and a chef.
Yeah.
Right? A cook needs a recipe, I need a plan. But a chef can say, all right, what do you got?
Yeah.
And they're going to make something wonderful out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll scare most people
with just
away.
3 ingredients.
Yeah. And, you say you're not a professional, but you know people.
Yeah,
you know people. You spent your career working with and on behalf of people.
I do.
And so it makes sense to me that you can pull that out. Yeah. And you could probably see... I would imagine, like, I'll ask as a question, with your sister, with your friend, did they have any moments where you brought something that they would have thought, I would have never thought about that for myself, but that showed that you really knew them?
Yeah. Oh, yes. All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even with my friend, like I said, she's always been, well, she shared with me, she's always been set in her ways. You know, she's always looked at things a certain way, and it has worked for her. Because she has great taste. It's just, she's, to step out on that step out on that ledge to be like, I'm gonna take the chance of that. And even I've brought things to her, I'll be like, just give me a chance. And she's like, oh my goodness. You know, even as far as the first thing we did to her home is she has a stone fireplace. And it was the white rock type of stone, like a quartz kind of stone. And I was like, do you trust us to paint it? And she was like, oh.
It's a big change.
It's a big change.
Yeah.
And we painted it. I didn't want the black, the typical black. We did like a smoke charcoal gray. And just paint, before we even did anything else in the room, it just snapped. A light bulb went off in the room, just like, that's the statement piece. This is the focal point when people come into her home. That's the first thing they're going to see. And just from there, I think that really, when she saw that change, she was like, okay, she got it.
I trust you.
Yeah, I trust you. And my sister's the same way.
Yeah.
Even with her living in Atlanta, she comes home a lot. And in the process for her purchasing her home, I was doing some shopping in Grand Rapids, and I found these two amazing pieces of art. Very creative. And it's made out of wood, but it's like a beautiful sunflower, right? With different shades of wood, lights and darks. And I literally was like, I seen these two pieces. I'm not going to be happy unless you have them. Now, mind you, she's in Atlanta. How are we going to get them there? Because they're huge.
Yeah.
And I purchased them on her behalf, of course, and they sat in my mom's house because at that time her home was still being built. Because I was like, I don't know what room this is going to go in, but these have to go in your home. And found them, and just so happened she came home with her vehicle, and we drove them back when it was time to move her into her home. So it's just those little things that. And I'm the type that I'm going to dig. So you could have a stack of 50 pictures there. I'm going to go down the row of each one. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go high and low to find that right one. To find that right one.
Can't just be anything.
Can't just be anything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Got to have that uniqueness.
So tell me then, because I can appreciate a space that's well made, but I don't have the eye for it.
Gotcha.
Tell me how a pillow brings that all together, right? Tell me how those, like you just mentioned, you will dig and dig and dig. Tell me, and if you can, just like share a story of like a way, like a piece, like obviously you mentioned the fireplace,
Yeah.
but the way, the right picture, the right set of pillows, the right colors, the right whatever that might be, can really just.
That pillow is like, it gives you that accent. It does. You can have a beautiful room. You can have a beautiful bedding. You can have. It could just be two chairs, one chair. It's something about that pillow because, I discovered that I do have an addiction. Found that out early. But it's something about that pillow that you could remove. It could be sitting there. It can even have a pillow there. But if you put that right one there, it freshens up the room. It's kind of like when you put a new fresh coat of paint on a wall, but you're just painting your piece of furniture at that time. It does something. And it could be an office space. You could come into a room and you'll be like, oh, cool pillow. Or it could be, and I'm all about different textures, colors. I like the metallics. I like a lot of things because I'm all over. I'm high and low. But it's as of recently, I had these two pillows that's been in my home for a while, and they're beaded, but it has the words Michigan and the mitt on there, but it's out of this. And everyone who sees those, they were like, when you get rid of these, I want them. It's a long line of people who want some. But it's just something about that. You're not going to come into my home and you're not going to see a pillow. But right now the goal is when you come into my home, those are going to be my pillows.
So obviously you found, you had this for yourself. You said, okay, I need a pillow there. But then you started to find traction amongst your friends and family. Tell me about that a little bit. Like who was your first quote unquote customer, and how did it resonate what you're doing with them?
My favorite customer, my mother.
Okay.
Yeah, she's 91, and I told her I was going to start sewing. She's like, my mom, which was her mother. She's like, my mom was a great seamstress. I said, I know, Mom. And I had bought some fabrics. Once again, Mike, when I ordered the sewing machine, I was like, well, you need fabric. I runs out to the fabric store and I buy all these great, magnificent fabrics. But the funny thing is, when I got back home, I was like, I don't have any practice fabric.
The stakes were really high.
Right. So I was like, yeah, I better get some play fabric first. But I had showed my mom, I had put these combinations together because I like two-sided, reversible. And so I had these fabrics, I had these different patterns, and I put them together, paired them with each other. And my mom seen this particular fabric and this print, and she loved it. And so I put it together, and she was my first customer. She had me do 4 of them for her.
And she loves them.
She loves them. They're right now in the living room as we speak. And as my family members and friends that come over and see, they'd be like, "Oh, these are some nice pillows." And I got my little tag on there. It's in the accent. So,
Then word began to spread.
Word began to spread.
You mentioned earlier again that you'll dig and dig, and you're finding it's that custom piece. It seems like it could really just help people who are trying to make their space their own, because they can go look and like, I'm looking at this store, just not find the right one. But if they can come to you and just say, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking," and then you know them, then you can make something that's never existed before.
Exactly. That's the goal. Custom at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants their own uniqueness. You know, something that they call their own, like, "Hey, that was my vision," or, "Oh, I have this color." And I've reached out, and the funny thing is I have so many customers would get the product. And it's funny because people have given me the grace and the patience to be like, just whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
As far as Minneapolis, Minnesota, to right here around the corner of myself. So yeah, I'm excited. I have everyone. I've created my own folders for individuals. They share their color palettes, what they want, and they're just like, whenever you're ready, I'm here.
Wow. What does that mean to you?
A lot. That they trust me. It does. It does tugs at my heartstrings. To be honest with you, it means a lot to me, because they can go anywhere. You know, because right now this is a world of customization. But if even as far as businesses that I frequent, I've kind of like plug like, you need some spice in here. And one of the business owners had shared with me, she was like, "Tanya, whenever you're ready, I'm all about helping out small businesses." So it means a lot. It means a lot that people are willing to support, and I know it isn't just smoke and mirrors. I know they really mean what they say.
Yeah. It's not just like, "Hey, we're for you, Tanya, so support you." It's, "Hey, we do love and support you, and you're onto something, and we want to be on this."
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah. It's so powerful when, right, because you're taking that leap. You're taking that leap. And for me, it can often feel like, okay, if I jump, what if no one comes with me? Or what if no one's along for this?
Yeah.
And now ahead of time, right, for me, I was like, okay, well, I have an awesome wife. I have an awesome family.
Yeah.
I do have great friends. But it's still like I'm the one jumping.
You're the one jumping. You're on the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you find people like, "Oh no, this makes sense."
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm not nuts.
Yeah. I'm not nuts. Yeah.
I'm not
Because you
nuts.
do. You feel that way.
Yeah.
Till this day, I still feel that way.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had the idea for this podcast, and I'm still, this is part of like what I do for my business, but at the same time, this is still testing it.
Yeah.
This is still playing. This
Yeah.
is still R&D. This is still. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out
still
what it
checking.
becomes.
Still checking the pulse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what's going to happen here.
Good for you, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been kind of what you said earlier. If I had described myself a year ago, like I feel it's been an incredible year of change.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, let's try and just keep trying, keep finding out. And there's all these little stories along the way that, oh, okay, I can do this now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you get a little braver, and then the obstacles get bigger, and you're still scared again.
Yeah.
And
Rinse and repeat.
You keep going,
Yeah.
and then you start. I imagine you'll have this opportunity where someone you don't know that's not family is going to come and say, "Hey, do this work," and then you'll have those new jitters all over again.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I welcome it.
Yeah.
Because, what's your success without failure, right? And you're going to get in. What I think has helped me, I'm still working through the jitters of social media content, as you know, because when you and I had the coffee, you helped me a lot with the Instagrams. And I plan on leaning on you more.
Yeah.
But even getting past being camera shy or content shy, I'm still working on that. But I the only grace that I have is because I have not really been working on content because, as they say, life has been lifing. But I do dedicate daily of doing something for It's in the Accent, whether it's reading, like you said, R&D, whether it's if I see a fabric, grabbing it because I know this could mean something. And now when I go to different cities, the old Tanya used to go, oh, let me go shopping for clothes or shoes or those type of articles. Now it's like, I'm Googling fabric stores in the area. Like that's my jam now.
Find some new inspiration.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, new inspiration. That's where I want to spend my time because I know in the end it's going to be something beautiful, and I'm going to make it work. So my goal is to most definitely build a platform off of my pillow business. But as I stated, I love seeing a room transform as it molds into being interior decorating. And then I'm a homebody. It's my mind is I guess you could somewhat squirreling, spiraling, however you want to say it. It's always working, but it's still going to encompass It's in the Accent.
So what do you think this could look like? Like when you dream big, like what do you hope that It's in the Accent becomes down the road?
I would say from the start, that cute little boutique, that boutique store full of pillows. Yeah. If I had to start, that's where it would start at. I already have in my head what I would want the decor to look like inside, what I would have wanted to look like on the outside to even grab your attention. That's where it would start. But my thing about It's in the Accent, I want low, mid, and high end, right? I want it as low as when you do see that $5 pillow, it don't look like it's a $5 pillow. It looks like it's a $55 to $105 pillow. Because I want everyone to have that feel of, like home is where you lay your head, man. And, and that's where you're going to get that space and that serenity in your reset, and I want people to feel proud of what they're working for, and I want to be a part of that process. I want that brand. I want to be a brand.
Yeah,
I do.
Be a brand of wherever you're at. You can find that custom accent piece that helps, like you said, bring serenity. And when your home is a place you can rest, place you can recover. I mean, that goes so far beyond just a pillow.
Yeah.
There's a sense of peace and wholeness that you're bringing in those spaces too.
I want to pretty things up.
Yeah.
I do. I want to pretty things up.
But have it be available for anyone wherever they're at.
For anyone.
Yeah.
Male, female, it does not matter.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What were some of the things that shaped you in that space of like making home a home? You mentioned your family a little bit. Like was home just a place of rest for you growing up? Was it like what has inspired you and like taught you that matters for yourself?
My parents. I can honestly say, and this is not a cliche, I come from a strong support group as a foundation for family. And my parents laid the groundwork for all of my siblings and I. And when I say I see the sacrifice, it wasn't like I didn't miss out on anything. I mean, and you don't recognize it when you're growing up. You don't even appreciate it when you're growing up. But the woman that I've become, and I sit back and I reflect and think about, because my parents was married 49 years before my dad passed away. But just to think about what they've done for not only me, because I'm the youngest, and there's four of us. I'm the youngest and so it's 12 years between me and my next sibling, so it's like 12, 14, 15 years. I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss out on anything. Some stories that I hear that people may have gone through in their lifetime, I most definitely sympathize and empathize. But I can honestly say Alex and Sarah did a great job. They really did. They molded who I am today and the woman that I continue to strive to be. But yeah, my family unit, no one's, we all have our, everyone has some form of dysfunction.
Yeah. Yes.
Let me be clear about that.
Yeah.
But I would say I wouldn't trade any of them for the world. I would not.
Yeah. And it's so fascinating too how you embody that, you let that roll through your career, through every part of your life, and now a little bit of the love and support they poured into you now might find their way into somebody's home through a pillow.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is, how cool is that?
I know, right? That's really cool.
That?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does.
And to some people, it'll be just a cool pillow.
Yeah.
But for those who are willing to stop and pay attention, like, wow, this pillow's here because, And that's why I love doing this.
Yeah.
Just like let's find what's the story behind that pillow
I
right there.
know, right?
Yeah?
I know. And it's funny because I'm telling you, now it's everywhere. I mean, I've even tapped into my nurse at my doctor's office. I was like, hey, guess what I'm doing now? She was like, oh, my family likes Western and Texas and horses. When you're ready, let me know.
Yeah.
You know, and then it is so funny because she even opened up. She was like, I think you stay near me. I could come over and help. So when I tell you, Mike, that people have made me, there's no way that I cannot see this through.
Yeah.
Because they give me that push. You know what I mean?
Like suddenly you have people counting on you.
Suddenly I have people counting on me, and I will deliver. I have to deliver.
Or I guess even like in the sense of it became bigger than you real fast.
It did. Yeah, it really did. But I like it. Like, I love a challenge. And like I said, now it's just really doing the work, the time management of it, because when I started this, it was not like, 2025 is my year and I'm going to be on the Forbes top, whatever.
Sure.
That's not it. It literally, the idea came because I am fortunate enough to, Lord willing, see the finish line in about 4 years, and I wanted to build my platform now to do and I'm going to, and you know, practice makes perfect. And it's just, I think for me, I have to continue to give myself grace, because if I haven't touched the sewing machine in the last week or two, I have to understand that it's not that you weren't doing anything. There was something hindering you from doing that. And now spring has helped. The sunshine has helped a lot. I'm getting out of that dark space to open back up. Creativity juices are flowing again. So now it's just for me to implement it and execute.
Yeah, and I commend you too, because you're still working full time.
Still working full time.
You got, like you said, life is lifing.
Ooh, life is lifing.
But still carrying the little ember of this dream forward. Just don't let it go out, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, how do I move it forward just a little bit?
Send me a sign. And it's funny. This week I've had 2 signs, and you were one of them.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah. Well, I'm excited, and I've been excited since we first met.
Me too.
And just, it's been encouraging to me as someone who's like out here trying things, and just to find other folks who are saying, I'm trying something too, and we're gonna see where this goes, and it excites me to, okay, in a couple of years we'll have to run this back again. What's
where
happening?
are we? 4
years from now, all right, you're launching, right? Here we go, and then we'll find out.
And you'll be there.
yeah, that's right. It'll be fun. So down the road, right, when you go, right, what would be, obviously the pillow and the piece like that, but you talk about having your brand and your presence. What would just, this might be too big of a phrase, I'm going to ask anyway. Like, what do you hope like your legacy and the legacy of It's in the Accent would be?
I would say I want to be the equivalent of B. Smith, who is also, you would compare her to Martha Stewart. That's what I want to be.
Wow, I love it.
That's it. I want it all. I want the flowers. I want the home. I want everything. I want everything that says comfort and beauty.
Yeah, and be able to shape that.
I want to shape that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your new perspective on that? Like, where do you think home decor, comfort, and beauty, what do you think that space is that you have a unique perspective to lead into?
I'm sorry, you said where do I think it comes from?
Yeah, no, like where do you, like your perspective, what do you think your perspective is on where that world could go?
I think it's endless. I think because that's something that we all strive for home, right? Regardless if it's a 900 square foot tiny home or if it's a 90,000 square foot home. I want it to where, like, how the best for me to describe it. This is Tanya in a day. When Tanya has, I work, I do what I need to do. First thing, I'm coming home, putting on my favorite pajamas. That's another thing. I want that. You know, and once you get into your favorite pajamas, depends. It may be a night of you making your hot chocolate or you pouring yourself a glass of wine. But while you're laying there while you're chilling with your drink, let me watch something on television. Let me put that throw on. That's part of it in the accent. I want that throw as well. I want to be able to cuddle up and get in my zone of my chill mode. And then once it's time to go to bed, Here's your sheets. You want to climb. You want a beautiful bed. Who doesn't want a beautiful bed to climb into? It just goes. I just want in the accent. I'm all about home life inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, because when I, and especially when my home is freshly clean, and I change seasonal, right? So the other day I was like, what colors are you looking like for this spring? What are we going? You know, and I had my juices flowing for that. And I'll Google too, what are the top colors for 2025?
Yeah.
You know, and I just love when I walk into my home, or even when I'm leaving, I could look back and be like, I'll be back in my comfy clothes. So, I love to. When I used to watch television and you see women in their like their caftans or their pajamas or their gowns or, you know, their loungewear, didn't get it. But seasoned Tanya, I totally get it.
Yeah. Now you're like,
oh, they were on to something.
Well, yeah.
I want to be a part of that. And even since I've encountered on this journey, the representation for people of color in this industry, don't totally quote me on that, but I want to say we're probably about less than 10%. I want to say closer to 1, right? That says a lot. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. It's part of my culture to be fabulous. People of color, I mean, we may not be able to rub 2 nickels together, but we're going to look good like you can think that we are. I want to be a part of sharing what it feels like to have that sexy, sassy, special place.
Yeah. That now we're in now it's way bigger, right? It's not just people counting on you for, okay, you got people waiting in line for when you're ready to go. And you're making a home. But now there's that cultural piece listen, I got people coming after me. And I don't know who they are, but I want to give them a path forward.
Yeah. And why not start in my own backyard in Kalamazoo, Michigan?
Yeah, right. And and you're from Kalamazoo. I'm a transplant. I've only been here a few years.
Welcome.
Thank you. We love it here. We love it here. And there's something, and maybe I'll ask you, this is not where I expect to go, but that's okay. It's part of this. As someone who's come in and is learning this place, I think what you were just talking on there gets to some of the heartbeat of this place, where, when we came here, we kind of, my wife and I, we encountered 2 different types of folks. There were those like, why on earth would you come to Kalamazoo?
You get that?
You come anywhere. Why are you here? But then other people were like, listen, Kalamazoo may look down, but it's not out.
Exactly.
And that's just, I've loved that.
That's amazing. I love to hear that.
Of let's listen. The folks like you who've been here for your whole life. You can speak to listen, we're not done yet. Not done yet.
Nowhere near.
And don't even think about counting us out.
Knock it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is so beautiful, but it's gonna take a lot of work.
Yeah. And patience.
And patience and
networking.
Well, and that right, and the bringing things together. Right? Which is so clear in your heart of we're talking about spaces and colors and pillows and comfy pajamas coming together. But I sense in you, and even outside this place, that is the surface level of your real heart of if you bring something together for yourself, then suddenly you're confident to bring other people into it too. Whether it's now you got boutique shop, right? Now you're bringing in your neighbor businesses, you're bringing your community. Yeah. And so I just, oh man, I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because like I said, for me, it's. It has started with the pillow and it will end with the pillow. But even like I said, I'm looking at homes, offices, yachts, both where people are comfortable, you know what I mean? Or want to be. And like I said, sometimes it's not even necessarily about comfort. Some people just want style. We've all bought that thing that probably we couldn't have did better, but it was so cute. Had to get it.
That's right.
You're like, I'm not about comfort today. I'm about cute today.
Yeah. These shoes kill my feet, but they look good.
I shouldn't walk in them, but this is how it's going down, right?
That's right.
So that's just I do, and you hit the nail on the head when you said the connection and bringing people together. Because the world most definitely we need a lot of that.
Well, I'm excited to see how it unfolds.
Me too.
I'm excited to see how it unfolds. Thank you. You're still fresh on this journey.
Very.
But my hope would be that someone who listens to this might have a piece resonate of wow, she saw this problem of not having the right pillow and she took action towards it, right? And that's usually where creative ideas come from, is there's some problem. Well, am I going to go look for a solution or am I going to be the solution?
Yeah.
What would your encouragement be to someone who is maybe thinking they want to go for it themselves?
Just do it. Just do it. Because I'm a thinker and I overthink and I think to think. And if I stayed in that space, I would not have ordered that sewing machine. I'm embarking on sewing machine. I have a sewing machine. That was my first one. Now I ordered the second one that has embroidery. I'm teaching myself how. I'm working on that. That's challenging, but I'm working on that. Just do it, and because what do you have to lose? Because in my head, one thing I am good about, I block out the noise. I do. And even when I decided to do this, as soon as I got my LLC, I got scared. I was I'm like, what were you thinking? And then you go online, I'm like, there's 9 million people who's doing the same thing. Yeah. But then you'll scroll again and you'll have some with that inspiration post saying, it's space for everyone. And that's what I constantly tell myself, Tanya, it's space for everyone. This is your corner of the world. This is your idea coming together. You put these patterns and these fabrics together because this was your vision. And so why not do it? So if I had to tell for anyone else, do it. And not only just do it, don't gatekeep, share.
Yeah.
Share the work.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the idea of building an ecosystem rather than just like, one of the things that grieves me is when we just end up like, have you seen Finding Nemo? That
yes.
movie?
Oh, yeah.
The seagulls, mine. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Where we end up in a space where someone's trying to just dominate everything and take everything rather than like you said, like, no, what if we operate in enough space?
Yeah.
And even if you go out to like a healthy forest, there's all sorts of different plants and animals, a healthy ecosystem. And it might be ignorant of me in that world, but I think it could work in the business world as well, of finding your space and knowing how to share.
Yeah, it needs to. Because what is the benefit of holding it? You could have a bunch of mine, but after a while, that gets lonely and it gets boring.
That's right.
Because I love socializing. I love people. I really do. I love, and I have adopted the gene, inherited the gene from my mother. She has never met a stranger, and I'm the same way.
Couple just practical questions for you.
I'm here for it.
So if someone's thinking, all right, I want to start making my house a home, what are just some things that they could think through? Like what you mentioned, colors. Like, is that just like favorite colors, or like what are some of the questions that they could ask themselves to begin to shape their space?
Where's your favorite space? Start one room at a time. Everyone has to start somewhere. They may just be where it's open, like a loft. You may have one big room, but where's your favorite space? If you're, as they say, a couch potato, or you like to sit and chill on your loungy area, in your chill room, start there. If your bedroom is your serenity point, start there. If you are a quote unquote workaholic and you don't really have time for home, make your office suite. It's wherever your space is, make that bright, because we are going to have dark days, but you might as well have something that's going to give you that spice of, give you that oomph.
And then it'll overflow from there.
Exactly.
Just kind of work out.
Yeah.
That's helpful, because I think a lot of times you can just see the whole project.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my goodness, how am I ever going to do this? But just start small.
Start small. And challenge yourself. And here's a good thing. If you want to challenge, if you want to change your space, first of all, purchase whatever you're going to purchase from somewhere that you can be like, I'm going to buy 3 or 4 of them, lay out what is going to fit, and then just take it back,
Be willing to test it and
test
play.
It out. Yeah. Play with it. Don't, because even for me, I had to step outside of my comfort zone of when I pick out fabrics, because I know my head always leans one way. But I was like, well, if you're going to try to cater to the masses, you have to get out of where you lean. You have to challenge yourself to go into these different areas. So challenge yourself. You have nothing to lose, but if that pillow don't work, you just get another one.
Try again.
Try another one. Take that cover off and put another one on it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you're not locked in.
You're not locked in.
You're not locked in.
Nope, you're not locked in.
That's great. What is one of your favorite wins from this journey so far?
Oh, that's a great question. My favorite win. I call it my holiday collection.
Okay.
This past Christmas, I want to say I pumped out about 20 to 25 pillows.
There you go.
They were very, even my assistant said, simple yet regal.
Elegant.
Elegant, right?
Yeah.
The fabric was a nice velvet. I had colors ranged from like a deep forest to black, purple, red. And I just put a beautiful pin or a button, which puts you in the mind of like a brooch of each one of them, and it just sits. It made it pop. I went to visit one of my other sister that lives here in town. The other day, I had to run into her home, and she had purchased 2 pillows from me. And yeah, you could see them make it, and once you let it go, you let it go. But I had ran past her TV room.
Okay.
And I thought there was still just going to be holiday. And she still had them in there, and it made me feel good because they looked really good in there.
Yeah,
I was
I
like, "Hey, sis, I'll see you." Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where do you get your inspiration? Like when you thought like the holiday selection. Obviously, there's probably just a need. Like, the holidays are coming, but when you like, what inspires you in this process?
The fabric. It's like I did when I chose this particular fabric. My sister in Atlanta had said, "Hey, I want to give away some pillows for gifts. Do your thing." So it went from me it's funny because I bought multiple Christmas fabrics, but none of them made me happy. And then I kept going back. And then when I finally found this one particular velvet, I just built up off of that and just, same concept, just different colors, different accents, right? Give it that pop. So it's just the fabric. I can go in with the mindset of what I think that I want, but if something grabs me, I'm not leaving it there. I'm gonna get it because I'm like I will find a space for it.
So I'm guessing it's not just the color, but there's texture and
all
feel
of that.
involved.
Yep, texture, feel. Yep, colors, texture, feel. Will this? Because I found a particular fabric that was really fuzzy, and now you're talking fuzzy, difficult. New at sewing. Where does this come from? And even the woman who assists me up at the fabric store, the learning how to sew store, she was like, she had never met me, and I had started coming back like every. They help you learn. You bring your projects. So I was probably about 5 or 6 classes in, and she was a project leader. She said, "One thing I learned about you, you like difficult fabrics." She said, "You jump right into the deep end."
Not afraid.
She said, "You didn't start out with just your basic cottons and nope. I was like, now you met me. That's me. I always start from the hard part and work my way back. That's what my motivation is. And one thing I didn't mention, when you told me my big picture, I want to also add that I want to do a match program, meaning if you were to purchase a pillow, that will also purchase a pillow for someone that, be able to give to those shelters or the underserved or those who reclaiming their life in society. I want to find that connection to give back in that way as well.
Yeah, that's that community building, right?
Most definitely.
Okay, you have access to this. We're so glad you purchased this, and because you did, we're gonna help someone who might not be able to yet.
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Well, Tanya, thanks so much. Is
Thank you.
Is there anything else that we haven't covered that you would want to share to just share about yourself, share about It's in the Accent, about your journey?
I would say, no, the only thing I'm going to say is thank you for this opportunity. This is my very first, let's mark this on the calendar. This is my first podcast.
That's right.
You made me very comfortable. I appreciate you reaching out to me.
Yeah.
I want to give thanks to your wife for introducing me to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where our worlds would have met, if our ships would have probably just been passing.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. And keep an eye out for me because it's going to happen.
It's happening.
It's happening.
So wherever you're watching or listening to this, keep an eye out for It's in the Accent.
Yeah.
You are on Instagram.
I am on Instagram. It's in the accent.
It's small. It's growing, but it's coming.
It's small. It's coming.
It's coming.
I feel it.
All right. Well, we look forward to it. And thanks again, Tanya.
Thank you.
And thank you for checking out this episode. And we'll see you again next time.
All right. Stay safe.
We are all on our own journey, and our stories help us understand where we've been, where we are, and where we're headed. Your story is uniquely valuable because there is no one else like you, and by sharing it, you can help others connect to their own journeys. So wherever you're going, go as only you can go. Lead with story. The music for Lead with Story was created and provided by Joshua Dregge. Lead with Story is a production of Forerunner Story Company. Forerunner Story Company serves individuals, teams, businesses, and brands in helping them discover, craft, and share their story in a meaningful way. For more information, you can visit forerunnerstoryco.com.